Hey guys, Dog here, and today I got a special video for you guys today. I'm going to be showcasing my Strength Faith build here on Elden Ring. So this is kind of going to be my build and me showcasing it. I did a similar video, I think pretty recently, maybe a few weeks ago now. I'll link that also in the description of this video as well. But this is going to be kind of my main showcase of my Strength Faith build. So in this video, guys, I'm going to be showing you how I kind of allocate my stats, how it's kind of been in the early and mid and to late game stages of kind of, putting my stats into Strength, Faith, Vigor, of course, stuff like that. This is going to be the late game kind of end game version of this build. But this build is really, really cool. As you guys saw probably in the thumbnail, the Euporia is a really, really sick DLC weapon. It scales with Faith and Dexterity and Strength. So it's really, really good, and also does holy damage with its Ash of War. It's really incredible. And then, of course, the armor I got on right now looks really sick. But first, we'll talk about the stats here, guys. So I'm level 179. This is kind of a typical, end game level, at least I think, for Elden Ring players. But I got a level 52 Vigor right now. I honestly could have more, but I think that's honestly good enough for me. 17 Mind, just so I could do some of my incantations and stuff like that. 21 Endurance. 58 Strength. Now I'm going to prioritize Strength in this build. You guys could also prioritize Dexterity, because I know there also are Dexterity weapons that also utilize holy damage in the game, so you guys could use that, but I would prioritize Strength in this playthrough because I also know some early and mid-game weapons that also scale with Faith and Strength that also have the holy damage. So then I got 25 Dexterity, then I have 17 Intelligence, so I don't really need any of those. Honestly, I just put Dexterity up just so I do a little bit more damage because it scales other things as well. And we also have 58 points into Faith, and I always try to prioritize having your Strength and Faith at the same kind of number. That's what I've at least been doing in this kind of whole playthrough. But yeah, 58 Faith, 58 Strength, all that kind of good stuff, and then 10 Arcane. You don't really need Arcane. But yeah, this is what the build's kind of looking like. Before I show you some of the gameplay, which looks really cool, guys, as you guys just saw right there. That's a little teaser of the Ash of War. We'll kind of do every part of this and kind of look at each weapon and stuff like that. So we kind of just look at the Euporia first thing. It scales with Dexterity and Strength, so you can kind of use either of those things. But like I said, if you guys are prioritizing Strength, I do have a few other weapons here that are really, really good in the kind of early to mid game stages of Elden Ring that also do the holy damage and scale with Strength and Faith. So this is one of them right here that I mainly use. It's the Golden Order Greatsword. I kind of forgot how to get it, but it is really, really nice to use. And also this one, the Wondrous Greatsword, is really, really cool. Both of these weapons right here, guys, have really, really cool Ashes of War and scale with, of course, with Strength and Faith. So I highly recommend you guys get that before you get the go into the DLC and have to get the Euporia, because you have to get really, really far into the DLC in order to get the Euporia. But I highly recommend, of course, if you guys are at that point in the DLC, that you guys get that. But yeah, guys, these are the two other weapons that you could use, earlier in the game. All right, so now that we went over the stats and kind of the main weapon you're going to be wanting to use in your right hand, we can talk about the seal that you're going to be using in your left hand, guys. So of course you're going to want to use the Golden Order seal. I have a plus 10 here, and it's really good. Of course, it boosts the Fundamentalist Incantations. So of course, if I equip some of these Fundamentalist Incantations, it's most of the holy spells in the game. It's going to boost those really nicely. So stuff like the Wrath of Gold. So this is one of them right here. The heal, it'll increase this, of course. That'll heal your friends around you. And also one of my favorite ones is the Distance of Light. It only costs 2 FP, this one, and it's really, really good damage. So of course you want to use the Golden Order seal in this build, so you can do more damage with those incantations, and so you utilize your points in Faith, basically. So now that we talked about the seal, let's go ahead and talk about the armor. I'm not really sure how to, really explain how to get every piece of the armor here. But of course we have the Royal Remains helm that you guys saw. It looks really, really, really cool. We also got the Malformed Dragon armor, the Guardian Bracers, and the Malformed Dragon Greaves. So I think all together it looks really, really nice. Greaves there at the bottom on my legs matches with the bracers on my arms, so I think those are really cool. And then the chest piece just kind of matches with everything, and so does the helmet. And I think it all together looks really, really nice, especially holding the Euporia. So now that we went over the armor, let's go ahead and look at the talismans. Really, really important, obviously, having really strong talismans for this build. One of the first ones I have for this build is actually a pretty early game talisman that you can get. It's the Twin Blade Talisman. This is really effective for the Euporia, though. It is good for mostly, swords and stuff like that. but it enhances the final hit of chain attack. So a really good starter talisman to have on your account. And of course, you could use it with the Euporia as well. And then of course we have the Rotten Wing Sword Insignia. Now this is definitely a late game talisman to get, but if you guys happen to get this, it's very, very good, and I'd highly recommend it with the Euporia, because I'm going to showcase you guys later how to get the Ash of War off, actually. And this is really, really important if you guys want to get the Ash of War off and do more damage. But next talisman we got also, guys, is the Godfrey Icon. You're going to really need this for the Ash of War. It's going to do more damage with the Ash of War. But really, really good talisman to have. I believe you can get this in the Altus Plateau as soon as you go up the Grand Lymphodectus. And then last but not least, we also have the Shard of Alexander talisman. Just going to do more damage with your Ash of War, and it's really, really good. So yeah, these 4 main talismans are going to be the ones I use right now on this account while I use the Euporia. Unfortunately, I don't have the Euporia plus 10. Alright guys, so now that we went over most of the build, I'm just going to give you a few more tips that you might need. And I'm also going to kind of explain how the Euporia works, and then I'm also going to provide some gameplay. But just another quick tip that I'll also tell you guys is that one of the main incantations that I'll use for this playthrough is definitely the Golden Vow. This gives you like a 15% damage increase, and I think 10% damage negation, so you're going to get stronger. And then also the Flame Graving Strength is really good to do fire damage. I know you're not going to be doing fire damage in this build. It'll do 20% if you do fire damage, but if you just have regular damage, holy damage, whatever it is, it'll just do 10% more damage with your attacks for I think 30 seconds. So yeah, it's really, really good as well. Those are the kind of 2 main incantations I'll use. And then of course, as I showed you guys before, I also use the Discus of Light. It only costs 2 FP for each one that you throw out, and they also come back to you, and I could also hit the enemy like that. So if you happen to get that and you chain attack a boss or anything like that, it's really, really good. And the last thing that I'll probably mention to you guys right now is of course the Wondrous Physick. Now this is the one I have on this account currently, and it's just the one I use for the Euporia, but it's going to be the Holy Shrouding cracked tier. Of course you want to have that for a holy build. It temporarily boosts your holy attacks, I think for like a minute or 2. And then for the other tier I currently have on this build, it's the Cerulean Crystal tier. It's also really good. It restores half of the total FP that you currently have. And I think it's also just generally good for anything that you use that has a faith or intelligence build, to have that type of crystal tier. So yeah, guys, I really recommend you guys get that one as well. But if not that one, you just want to do more damage, then definitely get the Faith Knot crystal tier. This is going to temporarily boost your faith. And of course the Euporia and a bunch of other weapons like the Golden Order Greatsword are also, going to be putting out more damage with the Ash of War with this one. So if you guys want to just do more damage, the Faith Knot crystal tier is really good with the Holy Shrouding crack tier. So yeah, I highly recommend these 2 talismans, or these 2 physics, if you guys want to have more damage for the Strength Faith build. Alright guys, now that I've pretty much covered everything about this build, we're going to cut into some gameplay real quick. I'm just going to show you how the kind of Euporia works. It's a really interesting Ash of War, and it gets stronger every time you kind of buff it up. So I'm going to show you guys some gameplay of that, and yeah, let's get straight into it. Alright guys, we are at the Farum Great Bridge. I'm just going to be showing you guys how to kind of utilize the Ash of War, of course. We're about to attack this, dragon over here at the Great Bridge. It's kind of like a mid-game boss. So we should be able to take it down currently right now. But watch, I'm going to get absolutely destroyed as soon as I say that. But let's see if we can hit him with the swipes. I think it also charges the Ash of War with heavy strike. So yeah, we just got 4 light attacks. It's just like RB on the controller if you guys use Xbox. 4 light attacks, it will activate the kind of buff. Now this is going to be the kind of first form of the buff. You just want to stay on that Ash of War. And you guys saw right there, it shoots out a little bit of like a kind of energy wave. And that actually does holy damage. So that's how you get the kind of first buff of it. And to get the second buff of it, it's actually a really, really strong version, which you guys might have seen. It's like a Kamehameha. It's absolutely crazy. To actually get that version of it, you actually need to do the same thing, but 2 times over. So basically like 8 light attacks. And you should be able to get it. So I just got the 4th one right there. Nice. Okay, so now we need 2 more. Okay, so I just think we got it. We might already have it. Just make sure. So yeah, so I think we already have the second version of it, guys. Let's hit him on the leg with it. Alright, guys. Oh yeah, there it is. Wow. And he actually hit us out of that, so we could have done more damage right there. And we didn't even have the Physick on. Wow, we can do a lot more damage with this, guys. Yeah, that's kind of the second bumped up version of this attack. Let's see if we can actually pull it off again without killing him. I think we're about to kill him, guys. Oh I'll just showcase it right here again. Yeah, that was pretty cool, guys. So we ended up killing them, but we didn't get to see the second buff a second time there. But it's all right, guys. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna leave it off on that. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Definitely like and subscribe if you guys want to see more content like this. But yeah, really cool build. I definitely really enjoyed showing you guys this build here. I really hope you guys enjoy making it and going through a playthrough if you guys actually do use it. I really like doing these build videos, so definitely comment in the comment section if you guys want to see similar stuff like this. And yeah, guys, Zoc out.